email of 12 March 2025 at 16:04. Do you see that in the middle of the page? 243.
243.
The email of 16:04 on 12 March 2025. Commissioner Spies has now been given an instruction, and he says who approves and mandates ad hoc security services? Who decides to give this instruction? Who decided to give instruction for this, and how is this process managed? And then it continues to the next page. Paul Hayes is asking who approved, but the instruction to you is on page 241, top of the page. This is addressed only to you. And you are now given a clear instruction that you must stop deployment of all ad hoc guards with effect from tomorrow morning. In other words, with effect from the 13th of March 2025. But you did not do that. You didn't comply with this instruction. Why?
It was not possible, Commissioner, to stop deployments of all ad hoc guards. I'm saying it was not possible because it is not all ad hoc security services, right, that were having problems with payment. Other ad hoc security services allocated to other departments, right, they did not have a problem. Now, I had a problem with the instruction being, cancel them all. I had a problem with that.
So you refused to comply with this instruction?
No, I did not.
Did you comply with it?
No, I did not cancel them all. I did not comply.
Did you cancel any? Even the irregular ones? Did you cancel the irregular ones?
There were ad hoc services.
Director Malachi, did you cancel ad hoc deployments that were irregular after this instruction was given to you?
I requested Commissioner Spies to put it in writing.
At the Matlanga Commission on Thursday, a senior official in the Tshwane Metro Police Department considered that his failure to act on clear instructions resulted in millions of rand in irregular expenditure for the city of Tshwane. Director of Assets Chukwudi Malachi admitted under oath that he defied the directive to terminate unlawfully awarded contracts, allowing at least 14 million rand to be spent over a 2-month period between January and February 2025. The instruction issued by Deputy Chief of Police River Spice required the immediate cancellation of all ad hoc service deployments flagged as irregular. Malachi acknowledged that he did not comply. Instead, he continued to process payments and engage with the same service providers whose contracts had already been deemed unlawful. Chairperson Judge Mboiseni Matlanga said, "I had a problem with the instruction," an explanation that drew a sharp rebuke from its chairperson. Matlanga dismissed the justification outright, describing the failure as far more serious than a simple administrative lapse, and said this is a serious oversight, more serious than an oversight. You failed. As a result, the municipality incurred a 14 million rand expense. You must take full accountability. Evidence before the commission indicated that Malachi had both the authority and the means to prevent the losses. He could have halted further deployment letters, tightened approval processes, or required service providers to verify authorization directly with his office. None of these steps were taken. Under sustained questioning from Co-Commissioner Sandile Khumalo, Malachi's defense appeared increasingly inconsistent. While he initially suggested that discussions with superiors were ongoing, he later claimed he was awaiting written confirmation despite documentation showing that the instruction had already been issued in writing. Khumalo challenged the contradiction, putting it to Malachi that his inaction effectively allowed irregular expenditure to continue, and said, in other words, you were content for the city of Tshwane to continue incurring irregular expenditure. Malachi rejected the assertion, insisting he was dissatisfied with the situation, and said, it's not correct, Commissioner, I was not happy. His testimony, however, has laid bare what the Commission described as a troubling breakdown in accountability at senior level, where clear instructions were questioned, delayed, or ignored with significant financial consequences for the municipality. Meanwhile, Malachi created a need for a multi-million rand ad hoc services tender that entailed guarding Tshwane properties. Tender documents were removed from the supply chain premises during the tender process, and that led to 22 companies securing a multi-million rand tender with the city through a court order. The security companies that were awarded the tender may have invoiced without rendering the service, as there was no method to monitor if the service was indeed rendered. Meanwhile, the Chief Financial Officer, Gareth Mnisi, has been given another 7 days to explain why he should not be suspended, as serious allegations against him continue to unfold at the Matlanga Commission. Mnisi briefly appeared before the Commission on Thursday, where his testimony was postponed to April 17. Evidence before the Commission has linked Mnisi to an alleged network of senior officials accused of interfering in procurement processes to favor specific bidders. The claims were presented through testimony by Sergeant Fanny Nkosi, who subpoenaed WhatsApp messages form a central part of the evidence. According to the Commission, the messages suggest repeated engagement between Nkosi and Mnisi on tender-related matters, including discussions around invoices and procurement decisions. More seriously, the evidence indicates that the two allegedly pursued a government contract in the so-called Methuposa municipality in Mpumalanga, an entity that does not exist. Despite being absent from work for weeks, Mnisi has not yet been formally suspended. That decision now hangs in the balance. Behind closed doors on Wednesday, the Tshwane Council convened an extraordinary in-committee meeting focused solely on a confidential report outlining the next steps in Mnisi's case. The meeting followed a March 26 resolution to serve Mnisi with notice of a precautionary suspension while giving him an opportunity to respond. Mnisi was initially granted 7 days to make written submissions. However, his legal team, Matapo Attorneys, pushed back, challenging both the substance and procedure of the city's actions, and said, you provide no details whether the council even considered whether our client's presence at the workplace will jeopardize any investigation. The lawyers argued, also accusing the municipality of misapplying disciplinary regulations, but the City of Tshwane has stood firm. In a legal opinion dated 3 April, Advocate Nadine Erasmus, the city's head of legal, dismissed Mnisi's objections, insisting the process is sound. They further stated that a notice of precautionary suspension shall contain enough detail to justify the suspension without acting as a final disciplinary charge sheet. City Manager Johan Mentler has since extended Mnisi's deadline, giving him until April 11 to respond. The extension effectively delays a final decision, but Mnisi's position remains under scrutiny as investigations continue. His postponement testimony at the Matlanga Commission is expected to be a key moment in the process. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.